Let's be honest. Most guys think women notice the loudest guy in the room. The one cracking jokes or flexing for the crowd. Nope. 9 times out of 10. It's the guy who barely says a word, but owns every inch of his space. Who gets all the double takes. Women read body language like it's their favorite thriller. If you ever wondered why she keeps glancing your way but never says a thing, here's your cheat sheet. 10 body language moves that make her pay attention without you saying a word. One, owning the room with stillness. You can spot him a mile away. The only guy not pretending to text or looking for an escape route. The man who's just still. Not frozen, like he's seen a ghost, but comfortable. No nervous fidgeting. No pocket padding, no bouncing on his heels, like he needs the restroom. Stillness is magnetic. It says, I'm not trying to impress anyone. But you might want to impress me. Watch how women's eyes drift toward the calmest man in the room, while other guys are practically vibrating. You're the one who looks like he's got somewhere better to be. Even if you don't picture it, you're at a house party. Standing by the kitchen counter, barely moving. Everyone else is darting around or nervously sipping drinks. A woman across the room looks over. She notices. Trust me, she always does. 2, the slow, intentional walk. Fastest way to get ignored walk, like you're late for the bus. The guy who rushes everywhere, shoulders up, eyes darting. Never gets a second look, but the guy who moves at his own pace. That's a showstopper. Every step is unhurried, purposeful, and says, I know where I'm going, even if I'm just heading to the snack table. Shoulders back, head level, stride easy. It's the difference between a guy who hopes nobody notices him and one who moves like the party started when he walked in. Women can't help but track that kind of movement. She might be in the middle of a conversation, but she'll notice you moving through the crowd like you own it. Bonus points if you actually make eye contact as you pass. 3, holding eye contact without flinching. Every guy's been there. You look at her. She looks at you, and suddenly you're staring at your own shoes. Like they've got all the answers. Don't be that guy. The men who stand out are the ones who meet her gaze and don't flinch. Not a creepy stare down, just a solid, grounded look like you see her. And you're not afraid of being seen. The moment you look away too quick, you've told her everything she needs to know about your confidence. If you're chatting with her, let her finish a sentence and hold her gaze for a moment. She'll feel it sometimes in ways you don't see, like a tiny hitch in her breath or a quick glance down at your lips. If you can handle the silence and the tension, you're ahead of 90% of men in the room. Or the relaxed lean. You ever see a guy perched on the edge of a bar stool like he's about to sprint for the exit? Not a good look. The relaxed lean is a classic. Back against the wall, arm resting, legs set. It's the ultimate I belong here move. You're not slouching like a teenager, but you're not stiff either. It tells everyone, especially her, that you're comfortable in your own skin and with your surroundings. At any social event, look for the guy who's claimed a spot and just settles in. He doesn't fidget or look for ways out. That relaxed posture says, come join me, or don't, either way, I'm good. And women, they pick up on it instantly. It's low effort, high reward. 5 broad open gestures, you know, who gets ignored. The guy with arms folded so tight, he's hugging himself for dear life. Open gestures, arms, uncrossed palms, exposed, taking up space. Send a signal of confidence and welcome. No, you don't need to wave your hands around like you're directing traffic. But a little openness goes a long way. It makes you look bigger, more relaxed, and like you actually want people in your orbit. Women notice when you're not hiding. A casual hand on the table, an easy gesture when you speak. These little moves tell her you're open for connection, and honestly, closed-off body language gets you friend-zoned before you ever say a word. 6. The controlled touch. Every guy fidgets now and then, but here's the deal. Women can spot the difference between nervous energy and real confidence. The man who's always scratching, picking, or fussing with his phone. He looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. But a guy who adjusts his watch slowly, smooths his shirt, or runs a hand down his jaw. Deliberate, slow calm, that's a different signal. It's self-assurance in action. Suddenly her eyes are on you, wondering if you always move with that kind of control. You're not drawing attention to yourself. You're letting her curiosity do the work. The best moves are slow, easy, and almost unconscious. Straighten your cuff, brush your hair back, check your watch. Then do nothing. It's amazing how much that can shift the room. Let's be honest, decoding all these signals in real time, it's not always as easy as it sounds. That's why I put together the 25 forbidden signals. She's secretly into you cheat sheet, no fluff. No theory, just the real-world signs that separate nice guy from guy she actually wants. You won't find the full list here on YouTube. If you want the actual playbook, the one with all the little moves women use when they're serious, it's $7 and it'll save you years of second guessing. Stop guessing, start knowing. Check the link in the description and see what you've been missing. All right, let's get back to the good stuff. 7. The quiet smile, forget the big toothy grin. A half smile, one corner of your mouth just hinting at something, is a whole different game. It's the I know something you don't look. And women are absolute detectives about these things. The loud laughers get remembered for being fun. The quiet smilers get remembered for being intriguing. Hold it for a second when she says something interesting, or when you lock eyes across the room. That subtle private smile tells her you're comfortable, a little mysterious, and not out to impress anyone. She'll be thinking about what's behind that smile, even after you've gone home. It works in every situation, at work, at a bar, at the grocery store. The guy who's a little unreadable is the one she keeps glancing back at. 8. Taking up space naturally. There's a world of difference between taking up space and showing off. No need to sprawl out like you're claiming territory at the beach, but standing with your legs at a natural distance, arms loose, shoulders relaxed. Now you look like you actually belong there. Too many men shrink themselves, tucking their arms, crossing their legs, trying to fade into the wallpaper. Don't do it. The guy who claims his space, not aggressively, just confidently, draws attention whether he means to or not. Women pick up on the man who's comfortable taking up a little more room. It's primal, it's automatic. And it tells her you're not apologizing for being there. And the subtle head tilt. Most guys never even notice this one, but women do. When you're listening, a slight head tilt, not dramatic, just enough to show you're tuned in, makes you instantly more approachable. It also subconsciously exposes your neck, which is a tiny gesture of trust. She may not consciously process it, but the feeling is there. This man is interested, relaxed, and open. Next time you're chatting, give a small tilt. Keep your eyes on hers and let the moment breathe. It's inviting, it's intimate, and most importantly, it feels genuine. A stiff neck says you're bracing yourself. A soft angle says you're here to connect. She'll lean in too, and suddenly you're sharing a moment that nobody else in the room even notices. 10. The pause before you speak. Ever notice how the most confident guys never rush? They let silence hang for a second before answering, and everyone leans in. The man who pauses before he speaks. Whether it's to answer a question, tell a story, or even just order a drink. Seems more thoughtful, more in control. That beat of silence makes everything you say carry a little more weight. And it gives her a split second to wonder what you'll say next. Most men can't stand the quiet, but if you can hold it, you own it. Next time you're about to reply, let a pause settle. You'll notice the difference, so will she. So here's the bottom line: when she keeps looking at you, it's not because you're the loudest or flashiest guy in the room. She's reading these signals, whether you mean to send them or not. Get these down, and you'll have her attention before you ever open your mouth. Want to know what her secret signals look like when the tables are turned? Stick around for the next video, because understanding her body language is a whole new level.